Hello and a very warm welcome. Today we have a very special guest with us, none other than the newly elected chairman of the Sansad Ratna Award Committee, Mrs. Priyadharshni Rahul is joining with us. Ma'am, namaste. Thank you for joining with us and thank you for giving your valuable time. So, ma'am, let me ask you like how did the journey begin from the Sansad Ratna? You are a member of the Sansad Ratna Awards Committee, and there has been a 13 long year of giving the awards to the parliamentarians as well. Now you have become the chairman. So from where did the journey start, and like how did you get interest into this political awards committee, ma'am? Tell me about yourself briefly.
Hi, Dharma. Thank you so much for coming over to listen to what we've been doing. See, I am Priyadharshni. So I hail from Chennai. So all my education had been in Chennai. Now I've settled in Delhi. So I'm a practicing advocate in Supreme Court of India. I also practice in High Courts. So this is like my personal side of it. So when it comes to Sansad Ratna Awards, so I've been knowing Srinivasan sir for almost like 15 years now. So Srinivasan sir's acquaintance with me has been even before that, me being a part of Sansad Ratna Awards. So I did political science. My graduation was political science in Madras Christian College, and post I did masters in psychology before I started getting into litigation. So I always had an inclination to politics because I was a political science student myself. Though I was a science background student, I chose to do political science for the flair I had for politics. And secondly, when it comes to Sansad Ratna, see, this is a unique combination of people who have come together from various professional backgrounds with just a belief that there is a system in place, and it has to be very important for us to have that optimistic perspective when it comes to taking the country forward. So the political system per se, when you want to say somebody, what is your profession, the politicians may not feel very comfortable calling themselves as a politician, because that is the tainted, unfortunate image that we've actually created to the term politics itself. So, but Sansad Ratna looks at to a different perspective altogether. Kind of, we celebrate the political performances, we celebrate politicians, we celebrate the wonderful work. So why is it I was very inclined to be a part of Sansad Ratna is because right from school, I was into Bharat Scouts and Guides, I was in Duke of Edinburgh, I was in NCC. So I think right from my standard of fourth, I have always been inclined to socially aroused organizations. So I was the first NCC cadet to be leading the contingent in the Republic Day Parade for Tamil Nadu Andaman and Nicobar contingent in RDC, in the Republic Day Parade in Delhi. And I was deputed as the Youth Ambassador of India to UK. So kind of, I had represented India at a very young age in UK. And I was also the Bharat Scouts and Guides President's award recipient. I've also got the International Award for Duke of Edinburgh. So these kind of combinations have always given me an intact that I usually don't crib out of the system which is available. I look out for opportunities to making it a better place to stay in. So I think we couldn't have asked for a better organization than Sansad Ratna to probably collaborate with my hard work, which I've been doing since a child, and my vision of having, I really am, I'm a very faithful person when it comes to, I believe that India or a nation like India has can never break down. You know, we only have to grow, and it is only the minds which is going to take it over.
Okay. Ma'am, where did the journey start actually, the Sansad Ratna? Because like we were seeing that Srinivasan sir was very innovative in doing this thing, and Dr. Kalam was Srinivasan sir was associated with Dr. Kalam as well. So where did this journey started? And like when I see the award recipient of the Sansad Ratna Awards, like there were very less known people actually, because there were very unknown people who are getting those awards. They are parliamentarians and they are not known to the mainstream society or mainstream social media as well. How do you find these people especially? Because like, okay, if a person like Shashi Tharoor is getting an award, okay, we know very well what he is doing and it is getting published and it is getting even trolled as well. Okay, so but the award recipient for Sansad Ratna Awards, they are very in a different kind of manner. And I don't see they are either popular in social media or either they are popular in the mainstream media as well. But they are popular in their own constituency and their own people as well. How do you find these kinds of people, and where did the journey actually of the Sansad Ratna journey actually started?
Mr. Prime Point Srinivasan, who's the founder of Prime Point Foundation. So we are actually coming close to about the 25th year of this organization. So that's a non-for-profit organization. So Sir had been a banker and then he took a voluntary retirement because he wanted to take it as a full-fledged passion of what he's doing right now. So under the umbrella of Prime Point Foundation, there are various initiatives that we get to do. We have Digital Journalist Association of India. We have Next Gen Political Leaders. We've got Sansad Ratna Awards Committee. We've got Pre-Sense. So there are multiple things that we do under the umbrella of Prime Point Foundation. And when it comes to Sansad Ratna Awards, actually Srinivasan sir was a very close acquaintance with Dr. Kalam, even before he had become the President of India. In fact, it is a matter of pride to tell you that the acceptance of Dr. Kalam to be the candidate for the presidentship was announced by Srinivasan sir as his public relation person. So his acquaintance with Kalam sir had been very close, and there have been a lot of discussions they've been having constructively. So that was the time when Somnath Chatterjee had to step down from the speaker position, and then that was a very moving speech. I'm sure you would have had a look at it as well. That he was not very convincing the way the entire parliamentary system was running. Probably there was a less of decorum which was being followed and stuff. So on this topic, when there was a discussion between Dr. Kalam and Srinivasan sir, so then they came up with an idea saying that it is important. See, we are in a parliamentary system. I think this is the best of the system we can ever ask for. And we are the largest democracy in the world, and we've been proving that we are the best of the democracies which is actually running. But right now, if there is a contingency or if there is a mishap, so what best you can do is you only have to see the good part of the system, so that the good part influences the bad part to be a better place for us to stay. So that's how the Sansad Ratna Awards Committee actually started. So then they started locating the best performing parliamentarians. See, you like a politician, you don't like a politician, you like the party, you don't like a party. In a democracy, it is the politicians who are actually going to run the government. So it is important that we understand what is the necessity for a democracy to run. First and foremost is a political system. So you can't challenge the political system. So what is it you can do? You can make it a better place. How do you make it a better place? By recognizing their good work. So there were a lot of unsung heroes who have been doing work in the parliament, but very unfortunately, the media fails to capture them. Because it's always the bad news which gets the good space in the news forum. So technically, we wanted to see it the other way around. So when you have good performers in the parliament, so it is important that you look up to their work, you see how they are performing, and on a very categorical way. We don't give awards on the basis of perception. We don't give the awards on the basis of public opinion, but we take the data from PRS India. We do a proper analysis, and there is a procedure in which these people are being getting award. So, and then that's how these awards have been given for the past 14 years. And this year, with the grace of God and grace of Dr. Kalam and the hard work of our entire team under the guidance of Prime Point Srinivasan sir, so we've crossed the 100th mark of our award. So which means that we've given 100 awards for the past 14 years. And we're very glad it's very non-controversial because it's completely data-driven. And it's nice to get to know that the media is not focusing on them. So I think it's an answer that the media has to give it to us, that not necessarily a person who creates noise in the parliament is a performer. A person who's silent and performs is also a performer. So probably we are locating those kind of parliamentarians. And I really wish the media also locate those kind of people.
Okay. Ma'am, if I'm not wrong, there are only few awards like Sansad Ratna Awards for the parliamentarians, especially because they are not recognized by the giving this kinds of awards as well. So how do they feel while receiving these awards? There are various categories of awards. Let's say Lifetime Achievement Awards in your Sansad Ratna Awards Committee, and you are giving awards to the certain committee members as well. I have seen the award list actually. So, what kind of happiness are they getting? Because this is one such place where they are getting recognized. So how do they feel while receiving this kind of awards actually?
See, they take it as a matter of pride. That's the beautiful part of it, because it's coming from the civil society and it is completely on the basis of their performance. So there have been a few, MPs who I get to meet them personally, who tell me, who challenge me like, Priya, this year, no, I am getting this award. You see how you can stop me from. So that's the amount of competitiveness it has actually created. And there was another MP who told me the person has promised to the people at home, I have to get this award. So, I am actually performing to that extent that I get this award and go back home. And there are MPs who come and tell us, what, this award has been such a report card kind of a thing that we use it during our campaigning for elections. And openly, there had been few of votes have completely been because of Sansad Ratna Awards. So I think that's the only motivation for us as well, Dharma. See, all of us are professionals. None of us work for money. We all work for a goodwill, for just getting, this appreciation from the member of parliament saying that, you people are doing a good work and it's really motivating us. I think that's the only thing which fuels us also to keep going. And on the other hand, it is just not we analyze their data and we give them the awards. So Srinivasan sir has made it a point that these awards are also handed over to them by constitutional authorities. So right from day one, we've ensured that the constitutional authorities give these awards to them. So that adds icing to the entire efforts. So they know it is a credible effort. And T.S. Krishnamurthy sir, who has been the former Chief Election Commissioner of India, he has been a patron to us for the longest time. So he's ensured that we keep up our standards. So we always take his guidance whenever we require. At the same time, we are associated with many parliamentarians, former parliamentarians, bureaucrats, former bureaucrats, judges, former judges. All of them just come together because they know that we are doing a unique concept and we are doing it selflessly. It is nothing that we are expecting in return. The only thing we expect in return is to see these member of parliaments come over again to receive the award. So that's the only thing. And if you see in the past, the chief guests who have been with us have been the former Chief Election Commissioners of India, have been the current Chief Election Commissioners of India, have been the former judges of Supreme Court, have been the sitting governors, have been the past governors, have been ministers. So this actually adds to the credibility of the work that we've been proving for the past 14 years, and we're sure we continue doing it.
Sure, sure. Like now you have been elected as the chairman of the Sansad Ratna Award Committee as well. So what's your vision? What is the next level in which the you think that this Sansad Ratna Awards should be given, or the committee which has to be in there? What is your vision on that?
See, I have been with Sansad Ratna for the past 8 years. So I have actually started my journey with Sansad Ratna, picking up the chair and putting it in one corner. I had no positions, neither I had any inclinations to come into any position. So I just came as a volunteer because Srinivasan sir had called me, that's it. So I had no expectation from taking back anything from here. But yes, gradually the work, it happened, the way people used to be committed. And just imagine IIT Madras, such an institution, which has been recognized for its credible, teaching arena. So they being associated with Sansad Ratna itself proves the credibility that we've been working, and they've been our partners for almost like 7 years. We've been doing in their campus for almost 7 years. So it means that there is high quality into the system. So we've been till about the 10th edition of Sansad Ratna, we've been doing it in Chennai. So till 9th edition, we were at IIT Madras, and the 10th edition, we did it at the Raj Bhavan, Chennai. And then from the 11th edition onwards, we had come over to Delhi because we felt we are now stabilized, equipped, that we take the next step forward. So there is one mantra which we always follow, which Srinivasan sir tells us, is like one step forward, no step backward. So ensure that your feet is firm on the ground before you take the next step. To ensure that you're very ambitious, you have a lot of ideas, but that ambitions and those ideas should not make you unstable. So that's the reason we're very, very conscious in every step we take. So we take very firm steps. So even coming to Delhi, we took almost 10 years to be sure that we'll be able to sustain in Delhi, we'll be able to go give a good show. And for the past 3 years, we've been doing it in Delhi, and we're so glad that we've taken up to a better level from where we were in Chennai. So now what is it we're going to do is, yes, one, all these years we've been giving awards on the basis of their performance. So there have been few MPs who don't be very regular in the parliament and be probably could compete to the top 1 or 2, but they really do great work when it comes to their constituency. So Srinivasan sir wanted to find a way out that we kind of reach out to these kind of member of parliaments who may not be performing good in the parliament, but they do extraordinarily well in their constitution. So probably that's one thing that we are working on, because that again has to be driven with data. Everything has to be driven with scientific backing, so that we also keep the that apprehensions away. So that being the stage, so that's one thing that we actually looking at. And second thing, we did have options, and we had a couple of conversations with other countries, probably either to do it as a exchange program, or probably we kind of do similar programs for them in their parliament. So, but that it is actually in the nasal stage, it's not much to do with right now, but probably that is a scope where we can think of. So for now, I think this is what we are looking at.
Okay. So, as you mentioned, ma'am, you gave the 100th award this year as well. So the next year, that is 2024, is the election year also. So what next, and what next by the Sansad Ratna Awards Committee as well?
See, that's what I told you, Dharma. See, what next is for 2024, you know how the session has been working this year. So we'll have to find a way out to ensure that the credibility of the awards have not been liquidated. So we have to find a way out how we have to award the performance this year. And now having the elections round the corner, so that's what I told you, probably we will be focusing much on the work of the parliamentarians in their constituency also. But that will be only after 25. So 24, I don't think it will be able to do it, but if at all, the data permits, and we've already started doing the research in that front. So if the research happens in time, then probably 24 we may have. If not, from 25, probably we will be having analysis of the performance in that constituency as a member of parliament.
Who, there is an award committee. Like, who are the jury members? Because, like, as you told, these are the parameters. But who selects all these parameters? Like, who are the jury committees in which you are having in your committee, ma'am?
See, the jury committee is headed by Shri Dhrmaa Raghavan, who's the Minister of State Parliamentary Affairs and Culture. And we also have jury members from different political parties to ensure there is political neutrality. So we have Sriranga Appabarne, and we've got N.K. Premachandran, and we have Madam Supriya Sule as the members from the political side. And to maintain a balance between political party and the bureaucracy. So we also have one Mr. Srinivas Prabhu, who has been the former joint secretary of Lok Sabha. So he had been working in Lok Sabha for almost 30 years plus. So he has an expertise when it comes to the way the entire parliament functions. So this has been the jury per se. So we give the data to the jury, they do the double check, they do the analysis. And once they approve, then we kind of circulate it for the award winners.
Okay. So thank you so much, ma'am, for your wonderful time as well. So friends, do check out the Sansad Ratna Awards Committee and their initiatives as well, because they are finding the gems of the society and the gems of the Indian Parliament as well. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your very good, valuable time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.